What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can automate an email marketing agency using Make.com. Let's get started. On Whimsical, I've outlined different processes for an email marketing agency that we're going to automate in this video. The first process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is a lead capture process. Here, we'll create an automation that captures leads from a website via Typeform and adds the leads to a board that I've created on Monday. We're then going to send the leads a confirmation email and notify the team of the new leads via Slack. Next process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is a client onboarding process. Here, we'll create an automation that sends a Calendly link to our clients for them to schedule for an onboarding call. We're also going to create a contract via PandaDoc and send the contract to them to review and sign via an onboarding email with onboarding details. The next process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is a billing and invoicing process. Here, we'll create an automation that generates Stripe invoices and send the invoices to our clients when a campaign is completed. If an invoice isn't paid in X days, we'll trigger an automated payment reminder email. The next process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is the email campaign planning and strategy process. Here, we'll create an automation that sends a type form to clients where the clients will submit campaign details and store their responses on Monday. On the form, the client will submit details like the type of emails they would like to send, frequency, audience segmentation, and more. After automating the campaign planning and strategy process, the next process that we're going to automate in this video is the email copy optimization process. Here, we'll create an automation that auto-generates and A/B tests multiple subject lines and email copy using OpenAI. The next process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is a competitor monitoring and industry trends process. Here, we'll create an automation that uses RSS feeds from email marketing blogs to auto-send trends updates to Slack and use AI to auto-generate summaries of top email marketing trends. After automating the process, the next process that we're going to automate is a cold email outreach process, where we'll create an automation that sends personalized cold emails to potential clients or leads with Instantly or Lemlist. The next process that we're going to automate from an email marketing agency is a content repurposing for emails process. Here, we'll create an automation that extracts new blog content via RSS and auto-generates an email draft in ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. We'll also use AI tools like OpenAI to summarize YouTube video transcripts and auto-generate an email outline. After automating the process, the last process that we're going to automate in this video is a client feedback collection process. Yeah, we'll create an automation that auto-sends a testimonial request email to clients after the campaign ends. We'll create another automation that collects client feedback via Typeform and auto-stores the responses on a client's feedback board on Monday. Let's start by automating the first process, which is a lead capture process. On Typeform, I've created a form that I've renamed to an email marketing agency lead capture form. And this is the form that we're going to attach to our website for the leads that are interested in our services to fill in. I've renamed our agency to Openly. And here, we're going to ask our leads a series of questions to understand more about their business. The first question that we're asking them is for them to enter their personal information. They're going to enter their first name, last name, and the email. The second question that we're asking them is what industry are you in? And here they're either going to choose either of these options over here. The third question that we're asking them is how many subscribers do you currently have? Here they're going to type in the answers over here. The fourth question that we're asking them is what's your primary goal with email marketing? And here they're going to choose either of these options over here. The fifth question that we're asking them is how often do you send emails? And here they're going to choose either of these options over here. The sixth question that we're asking them is what's your biggest challenge with email marketing? Here they're going to choose either of these options over here. The seventh question that we're asking them is do you currently use an email marketing platform? And here they're going to choose either of these options over here. The eighth question that we're asking them is what's your monthly email marketing budget? And here they're going to add their monthly budget right here. And the last question that we're asking them is how do you currently generate leads for your business? And here they're going to choose either of these options over here. After our clients have filled in our form with the information, we're going to add the information to a board that I've created on Monday. So on Monday, I've created a board that I've renamed to email marketing clients. Here's where we're going to add our clients. Here we are collecting their full name. We are assigning them to a member of our team and updating their status. We're also collecting their first name, last name, the email address, the industry their business is in, the email platform that they use, their primary goal, the biggest challenge, the frequency that they send the emails, the lead generation method, and if they're interested in a free audit. To capture their information that they fill in via Typeform and add the information to our board on Monday, we'll need to create an automation on Make.com. So on Make, I've created a folder that I've renamed to Email Marketing Agency. This is the folder that we're going to add all the automations for automating processes for an email marketing agency. So on our Email Marketing Agency folder, I'll click on Create a New Scenario. Rename our scenario to add leads info to Monday.com via Typeform. And here, since we're capturing our leads information using Typeform, I'm going to search for Typeform. And here we're going to use a watch response trigger. Here, you can see we have two watch responses triggers, one with acid, the other one with instant and acid. The difference between the two triggers is the one with acid only. You need to choose when you like to trigger our module. but the one with instant, it instantly triggers after the client submits the form. Since I would like to choose when I would like to start, I'm going to choose a watch response with Ask It Only. Here, you'll need to create a connection between your Typeform account and Make. To do that, just click on Add, rename your connection right here, and click on Save. A new window will be prompted where you'll choose the account that you'd like to connect to Make. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to close and choose my connection right here. I'm going to limit it to 1 and choose our form right here. I'm going to choose our email marketing agency lead capture form. Click on Save. You can see it's asking me to choose where I would like to start. Can you choose to start from now since a specific date, all, or choose manually? I'm going to choose start from now and click on Save. Now on Typeform, I'm going to click on Share. Here, I'm going to copy the link of our form and fill this form as a client. So I'll copy this link and open it on a new tab to fill it in. To fill out the form, I'm going to click on Start. Here, we're going to enter personal information of an example client. The first name could be Frank, last name Owen, the email could be frank@owen@next.com. And I'm going to click on OK. What industry are you in? You can say e-commerce. How many subscribers do you currently have? You can say 12,000 subscribers. And click on OK. What's your primary goal with email marketing? More sales. How often do you send emails? You can say daily. What's your biggest challenge with email marketing? For engagement. Do you currently use an email marketing platform? Yeah, you can say Klaviyo. What's your monthly email marketing budget? You can say $15,000 and click on OK. How do you currently generate leads for your business? Paid ads. Would you like a free email marketing audit? Yes. Then I'm going to click on Submit. Now on Make, I'm going to run our module and see if we've captured our client's information. You can see we captured our client's information right here. Now with the information, we can go ahead and add it to our board on Monday. So here, the first thing I'm going to do is on Tools, I'm going to click on the Sleep module and delay for 3 seconds to give Typeform some time to populate the client's information. And then now we can proceed to add the client's information on our board on Monday. So I'm going to search for Monday. And on Monday, I'm going to search for Create an Item module. Here, you'll also need to create a connection between your Monday.com account and Make.com. To do that, just click on Add right here, rename your connection, and then from Monday, add your API key to create your connection. To get your API key, on Monday, click on your profile, administration, then click on connection, then click on API. Here you're going to find your API token. All you have to do is just copy it and come and paste it right here and click on save to create your connection. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to close and choose my connection right here. For the item name, we're going to add the first and last name of our leads, which is Frank, then space Owen. I'm going to choose our board, which is the email marketing board right here. This is our board. Group ID, I'm going to choose our clients list. And then here, we're going to add values to our columns on our board with the data that we captured on Typeform. So here, I'm going to add an item and choose a column. I'm going to choose the assignee column. Yeah, I'm going to choose person. I can assign those clients to myself right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the biggest challenge column. Here we're going to add the value for the biggest challenge right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the email column. We're going to add the value for the email column right here, adding the email address. Choose a new item, choose a new column, email platform column, and add the value for the email platform right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the email sending frequency column and add the value right here. And I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the first name column, and add the value for the first name. I'm going to add Frank, add a new item, choose a new column, choose the free audit column, add the value right here. Then add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the industry column, add the value for the industry right here. Add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the last name column, another value for the last name should be Owen. Add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the lead generation method column, another value right here. Add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the primary goal column, another the value right here. Add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the status column. Yeah, I'm going to choose to label it. We can label these leads as intake, then click on save. Then create a strategy session link on Calendly and send it to them via a confirmation email for them to schedule for a consultation call. So here I'll add another module, and search for Calendly. Calendly, I'm going to click on create a scheduling link. Like we did with other modules, here you'll also need to create a connection between your Calendly account and Monday.com account. By renaming your connection right here and click on save. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the accounts you'd like to connect to make. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to close and choose my connection right here. For the maximum event count, I'm going to choose 1. For the event type, I'm going to choose a strategy session event and click on OK. And here, you can rename this to strategy session. And then click on OK. And now we can send this link to our client or to our leads via confirmation email. Rename our module to confirmation email. And here we're going to add our client's email address over here. Subject line of this email could be in the lines of, got it? Your email strategy is in the works. Content type, we're going to choose plain text. And the content of this email could be in the lines of, hi, first name. Thanks for reaching out. We've received your details and are already reviewing how we can help you level up your email marketing. Here's what happens next. Number 1, we'll go through your responses to understand your goals. Our team will reach out shortly with insights and next steps. If you requested a free audit, we'll send it over soon. In the meantime, if you'd like to jump ahead, feel free to book a call with us over here. And here we are adding our strategy session link over here for them to schedule for consultation call. Excited to get started. The Openly team, I'm going to click on save. We can also notify our team via Slack of the new lead that filled in our form. We're going to notify our team via Slack. Previously, you'll also need to create a connection between your Slack account and Make. By clicking on add, you'll choose your connection type. Then here you'll rename your connection and click on save. And choose the account that you'd like to connect to Make on the new window that pops up. I'm going to close. And then here we're going to enter our channel from the list. The channel type is going to be public. I'm going to choose the channel that our team is in. And this is a notification that we're going to send to our team, where we can say, hi team, we've got a new lead. Frank just filled out our form. We're going to adding our client's first name. Let's make sure we follow up promptly and provide the best experience. If needed, review the details and prepare for the next steps. Excited to help them level up their email marketing, the Openly team. And yeah, we've renamed our module to team notification, and here I'm going to click on save. Now to test if automation works, I'm not going to fill in our form again. Instead, I'm going to choose our previous submission that we filled in earlier, and I'm going to choose manually. And I'm going to choose our submission, which is this submission right here. Click on save. I'm going to run automation. You can see that automation ran successfully. Here, got our client's information right here. We delayed for 3 seconds and added them to our board on Monday. We also created a consultation call link that we sent them via the confirmation email over here with the subject line and this email content over here with the Calendly link attached to the email. And then we are notifying the team of the new lead via Slack by sending them this message right here. So by creating this simple automation on Make.com, we've automated the first process for an email marketing agency, which is capturing leads via Typeform and adding the leads to a board on Monday. Now, when we go back to our board on Monday, you can see we added a new client on our board. The name was Frank Owen. We assigned them to one of our team members right here. Their status is intake. Here's their first name, last name, the email address, the industry the business is in, the email platform that they use to send emails, their primary goal, the biggest challenge, the email sending frequency, lead generation method, and if they're interested in a free audit. The next process that we're going to automate in this video is a client onboarding process, where we'll create an automation that sends clients a Calendly link for them to schedule for an onboarding call. We're also going to create a contract via PandaDoc and send the contract to our clients for them to review and sign the contract via an onboarding email. Automate the client onboarding process. On our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to client onboarding. And here, we're going to create a webhook that will be triggered when the status of one of our clients changes to onboard. So here I'll click on webhook, then custom webhook. Here I'm going to click on add. Then I'll rename our webhook to client onboarding webhook, then click on save. Here we're going to copy the link to our webhook, then click on save. And here I'm going to run our webhook. On Monday, I'll click on integrate. Here, I'll click on webhooks. Then I'd like to send a webhook on the status of one of our clients changes to something. So I'll use this as our template. Here, I'll use another account and paste our webhook URL right here and click on connect. It says failed with the URL provided. Here, we'll return this challenge string using a webhook response. So one webhook, so I'll click on webhook response. And here, I'll have to call it braces. And then I'm going to write challenge right here. Here we're going to add our string. Click on save. Then I'll run our webhook. Then on Monday, I'll click on connect. You can see our response ran successfully, so I'll delete it and run our webhook to test it. But we'll need to set it up first. So I'd like to send our webhook on the status of one of our clients and this one board. Then I'll click on create automation. Yes, if our webhook works, I'll change the status of one of our clients to one board. can see that our webhook works perfectly. We got a specific client whose status we just changed. To get the rest of the information, I'll copy this post ID. And here, I'm going to search for Monday and search for get an item module. Click on get an item. Here, I'm going to choose my connection. For the ID, we're going to add the post ID right here. Choose our board. Our board is going to be the email marketing client's board right here. Then I'll click on save. Now here, I'll run this module and paste our post ID right here. Click on OK. You can see our module ran successfully, and we got the client's information right here, like their first name, last name, the email, and the rest of the information over here. Now with the information, we can create a scheduling link and create a contract that we're going to send them via an onboarding email. So to create a scheduling link here, I'm going to search for Calendly. And on Calendly, I'm going to click on create a scheduling link. Here, I'm going to choose my connection. For the maximum event count, I'm going to choose 1. For the event type, I'm going to choose an onboarding call, and then click on OK. Here we can rename this to onboarding call and click on OK. Now we can proceed to create a contract using PandaDoc. So here, I'll add another module, then I'll search for PandaDoc. Then on PandaDoc, I'm going to create a document. Like we did with other modules, you also need to create a connection between your PandaDoc account and Make. Clicking on Add, and here you rename your connection. Click on Save, and choose the account that you'd like to connect to Make on the window that pops up. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to close and choose my connection right here, where we're going to give our document a name. You can say it's our client's contract. Here we're adding their first name, and we're going to create our contract from a template that we'll have created on PandaDoc. So on PandaDoc, I'm going to click on template. Here, we're going to search for the document that we'd like to create. In our case, we'd like to create a contract. And here, you can see contract templates that you can use to create a contract for your email marketing agency. You can customize either of these contracts to generate a template. So here, you can use the service contract template and click on add one item. I'm going to rename our contract to Openly Email Marketing Contract Template. And on this template, you can customize it. Make sure that it's aligned with the services that you offer in your agency. You can also add images and logos of your agency. Now, after customizing your email marketing contract template, click on Create Document. Here, you'll give your document a name and click on Continue. You can see that our email marketing contract template was created. Now, on Make, we can search for our template that we just created over here, which is this contract template over here. Now, here, you'll add your email address and your client's email address right here from Monday. So if it's the customer's email address, you'll add the email address from Monday over here. And then after adding all this information over here, click on Save. This module is going to create a contract, so I'll rename it to Create Contract. And then click on OK. And now here, we can run this module and see it's going to create our contract. I'll add our first name right here and click on OK. You can see generated our contract right here. And this is the unique ID of our contract. We're going to download this contract and send it to our client as a PDF document for them to review and sign. On PandaDoc, I'm going to click on Download the Document module. Here, we're going to add a document ID of our contract and click on OK. And here, I'll rename this to Download Contract. And then here, I'm going to click on OK. And now we can send the onboarding call link, the contract, and onboarding details via an onboarding email. I'll rename our module to onboarding email. And here, we're going to add our client's email address right here from Monday, the recipient. And the subject line of this email could be in the lines of let's get started, your onboarding call, and next steps. Content type, we're going to choose plain text. And the content of this email could be in the lines of hi, first name, welcome to Openly. We're excited to start working with you and help you take your email marketing to the next level. Here's what happens next. Number 1, you're going to schedule for an onboarding call. Let's kick things off with a quick call to go over your goals, strategy, and next steps. Pick the time that works best for you over here. Here we're going to add the booking URL. Number 2, review and sign your agreement. Attach your contract outlining the partnership details. Please review and sign it at your earliest convenience. And here, we're going to add the contract link, which will be in the PDF document after we downloaded it. Once your onboarding call is complete and the contract is signed, we'll set up your email marketing systems, align your first campaigns, and start optimizing for results. If you have any questions, just reply to this email. We're here to help. Looking forward to getting started. Best, Openly. And I'm going to click on Save. Now to test if automation works, I'm going to run it. Then on Monday, I'm going to change the status of one of our clients to onboard. You can see that automation ran successfully. Here we triggered our webhook after we changed the status of one of our clients to onboard. And we got the information right here. Then we created an onboarding call link on Calendly. So created a contract from a template we created on Pandadoc and downloaded it. And then we sent the onboarding call link, the contract, and onboarding details to our clients via the onboarding email here with the subject line, this email content right here, where we've attached the link for them to schedule for an onboarding call and the contract. So by creating this simple automation on Make, we've automated the client onboarding process for an email marketing agency. The next process that we're going to automate for an email marketing agency is the billing and invoicing process, where we'll create an automation that generates Stripe invoices and send the invoices to clients. So when a campaign is completed, then we're also going to trigger an automated payment reminder email if the invoice wouldn't have been paid after X amount of days. To automate the billing and invoicing process on our email marketing agency, I'm going to click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to billing and invoicing. And here, I'll create a webhook that will be triggered after the status of one of our clients changes to send invoice. And here, I'll click on custom webhook. Then here, I'll click on add. Then I'll rename our webhook to invoicing webhook. Then click on save. I'm going to copy the link to our webhook. Then click on save. Then I'll run our webhook. Then on Monday, I'll click on integrate. On templates, I'm going to click on webhooks. And here, I'll like to send a webhook on the status of one of our clients sends to something. So I'll use this as a web template. Here, I'll use another account and paste the webhook URL that we just copied right here and click on connect. This failed to communicate to the URL provided. Like we did earlier, we'll return this challenge string using a webhook response. So here, on webhooks, I'll click on webhook response. Here, I'll add to curly braces. And then write challenge right here. And then add our string. Click on save and run our webhook again. On Monday, I'll click on connect. You can see our response ran successfully, so I'll delete it and run our webhook to test it. But we'll need to set it up first. So I'd like to send our webhook on the status of one of our clients changes to send invoice. And here I'll click on create automation. Let's see if our webhook works. I'll change the status of one of our clients to send invoice. Here, you can see our webhook ran successfully. We're getting the specific client whose status we just changed. To get the rest of the information, I'll copy this pulse ID. And here, I'll add another module. And then on Monday, I'm going to search for get an item module. Click on get an item. And choose my connection. For the ID, we're going to add our pulse ID right here. And then I'll choose our board ID. And choose our email marketing clients board and click on save. And here I'll run this module, place our pulse ID right here and click on OK. Now here you can see that we're getting our client's information right here. It's their first name, last name, email, and the rest of the email information over here. Now with the information, we can begin creating an automation that generates a Stripe invoice and send the invoice to our client. So here we're going to use Stripe as our payment provider. So I'll search for Stripe. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create these clients on Stripe since they're new leads. So here I'll click on create a customer module. Here we'll add the description of our services, which is email marketing services. Here we're going to add the email address of our client. You can also add the name, the phone number, the address if you have their information over here. And then click on save. And then for creating the customer on Stripe, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to create an invoice item. So here, I'll click on create an invoice item. Here we're going to add our customer ID. After we created our customer, for input an amount, we're going to choose by a total amount. Here we can add the amount that we're charging them for services. For example, we can say we're charging them $2,000. Now, remember that the amount over here will be in cents. You'll need to add 2 extra zeros to convert the amount into dollars. Currency we're using USD. The description of our services is email marketing services. You can choose to add the start and end period right here, but I'm going to just click on save. After creating an invoice item, now we can create our invoice. So on Stripe, I'm going to search for invoice. And then click on create an invoice. For the customer ID, we're going to add our client's customer ID after we created them on Stripe. Collection method, you can either choose to charge them automatically or send an invoice. If you choose to send an invoice, you'll need to add days until due here. Then you can add the description of our services as email marketing services and click on save. We can finalize the draft invoice. So I'll search for finalize the draft invoice and add the invoice ID right here and then click on save. Now we can send the invoice to our client via email. I'll rename our email module to invoice email. Here we're going to add our client's email address right here. Subject line of this email could be invoice for your email marketing services. Content type, we're going to choose plain text. And the content of this email could be in the lines of hi, first name. Please find attached your invoice for our services. You can make a payment securely using the link below. And here we're adding our invoice URL. Let us know once the payment is completed or if you have any questions. Looking forward to working together. Best, Brandon. And I'm going to click on save. Now, besides sending them the invoice email, we can send them a payment reminder email if after the due date our invoice is still open. So to do that, here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a date variable. So I'll click on set a date variable, and then here we can give our variable a name, date, and give it a value as now over here. and click on save. Now here, we like to search for the invoice if it's the due date. So on Stripe, I'll click on search invoices module. Here we're going to add the customer ID after we created them on Stripe. So here, for the status, we like our invoice to be open. Collection method, we can choose to charge them automatically and limit it to 1 and click on save. Here, we'll set up a filter and label it to due date. Condition, we can say if the date is equal to the due date. Here we're going to add the due date. We like to search if our invoice is open. And then if our invoice is still open, we're going to send our client a payment reminder email. I'll rename our module to payment reminder email. And here, we're going to add our client's email address as a recipient. Subject line of this email could be in the lines of friendly reminder, invoice payment due. In the lines content type, we're going to choose plain text. And the content of this email could be in the lines of hi first name. Just a quick reminder that your invoice is already due. If you've already made the payment, feel free to ignore this. Otherwise, you can complete your payment using the link below. And here we're adding our invoice URL. If you have any questions or need assistance, just let us know. We appreciate your prompt attention and look forward to continuing our work together. Best, Brandon. Here I'm going to click on save. Now we can also set up a filter right here. We can label this to payment reminder. The first condition that we're going to set up right here is the amount due has to exist first in order to send the payment reminder email. You can send this email 1 day after the due date. So here, I'm going to say that the date should equal to, then choose the date time operators right here. And then here, on date and time, I'm going to choose to add days. And here, we're going to add due date. And send this email 1 day after the due date. And I'm going to click on OK. To test if automation works, I'll run it. Then on Monday, I'll change the status of one of our clients to send invoice. You can see that automation ran successfully. We triggered our webhook after we changed the status of one of our clients to send invoice. Then we got our client's information right here. We then proceeded to create our custom on Stripe and created an invoice item, and then created an invoice and finalized it on Stripe. And then we send the invoice to our client via the invoice email with the subject line and this email content right here with a link for them to make a payment. Then on the due date, we are checking if our invoice is still open. If our invoice is still open, 1 day after the due date, we're going to send our clients a payment reminder email. So by creating this simple automation on Make.com, we've automated the billing and invoicing process for an email marketing agency. The next process that we're going to automate in this video is the email campaigns planning and strategy process. I will create an automation that sends a type form to clients for them to submit campaign details and then stores their responses on Monday. Our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to email campaign planning and strategy. And here we'll create a webhook that will be triggered when the status of one of our clients changes to campaign planning right here. So here, I'll search for webhook, then click on custom webhook. Here I'll click on add, then I'll rename our webhook to campaign planning, then click on save. Here I'm going to copy the link to our webhook, then click on save, and run our webhook. On Monday, I'll click on integrate. Here I'll click on webhooks. Then I'd like to send a webhook when the status of one of our clients changes to something. So I'll use this as our template. Here I'll use another account and paste the webhook URL that we just copied right here. Click on connect. It says fail to communicate with the URL provided. Here we'll return our string using a webhook response. So on webhooks, I'll click on webhook response. Here, I'll write challenge. And then I'll add our string right here and click on save. Then I'll run our webhook. And then on Monday, I'll click on connect. You can see our response ran successfully, so I'll delete it and run our webhook to test it. But we'll need to set it up first. So I'd like to send a webhook on the status of one of our clients changes to campaign planning. Then click on create automation. Test if our webhook works. I'll change the status of one of our clients to campaign planning. You can see that our webhook ran successfully, and we got the specific client whose status to just change. To get the rest of the information, I'll copy this pulse ID, and here I'll add another module. Then on Monday, I'm going to search for get an item module. Click on get an item. I'm going to choose my connection. Then for the ID, we're going to add the pulse ID. For the board ID, I'm going to add our client's board right here and click on save. And then here, I'll run this module and paste our pulse ID right here. Click on OK. Now, here, you can see we're getting the client's information right here, like their first name, last name, their email. With the information, we can send them a type form for them to submit campaign details. On type form, I've created a form that I've named to campaign submission type form. This is the form that we're going to send to our clients for them to submit the campaign details of the campaign they would like to run. On this form, we're asking a series of questions to our clients. The first question that we're asking them is for them to enter their personal information, where they'll add their first name, last name, their email right here. The second question that we're asking them is the name of the campaign, which they'll type in right here. The third question that we're asking them is the campaign type, where they'll choose either of these options over here. The fourth question that we're asking them is what's the goal of this campaign, where they'll pick any of these options over here. The fifth question that we're asking them is the target audience, where they'll choose either of these options over here. You have a preferred email list for this campaign. Here they'll choose either the engaged list, new subscribers, customers list, or non-customers list. The seventh question that we're asking them is, do you need us to design the email template? And here they'll choose yes or no. The last question that we're asking them is, do you need follow-up emails for this campaign? And here they're either going to choose yes or no options over here. Now, I'll click on share. Here, I'll copy the unique ID of our form, which is the last part of our link over here. And I'll go back to Make, and then here, I'll search for Typeform so we can get our form and click on Get a Form module. Here, I'll choose my connection and then add our unique ID right here that we just copied from Typeform. Then click on Save. And then here, I'll run this module and see if we're going to capture our form. You can see we captured our form right here, which is a campaign submission Typeform. And this is the link that we're going to send to our clients for them to fill in and give us the campaign details. So here, I'll rename this module to campaign submission form and click on OK. And now we can send our client this campaign submission form via email. Now, I'll rename our email module to campaign planning email. And here, we're going to add our client's email address from Monday. So on Monday, I'm going to search for the client's email address and add the email address from here as a recipient. Subject line of the email could be in the lines of submit your email campaign details. Content type, I'm going to choose plain text. The content of this email could be in the lines of hi, first name. We're excited to get your email campaigns up and running. To ensure everything is tailored to your needs, please take a moment to fill out this quick form. And here we're telling them to submit your campaign details right here, where we'll add a link to our form, which will be this link right here. In this form, you'll be able to select the type of campaigns you would like to send, set preferred sending frequency, and define your audience segmentation. Once submitted, our team will review your details and get started. Let us know if you have any questions. We're here to help. Looking forward to launching your campaigns. Best, Brandon. Then I'm going to click on OK. Now, to test if automation works, I'm going to run it. And then on Monday, I'll change the status of one of our clients to campaign planning. You can see that automation ran successfully. We triggered our webhook after we changed the status of one of our clients to campaign planning. And we got our client's information on Monday. And then with the information that we captured on Monday, we are sending them the campaign submission form via the campaign email. This is the subject line of the email. This is the email content with a link attached to the email, where they'll fill in the campaign details on our form. Now, we can also create another automation that captures their campaign details and add their details to a board that we've created on Monday. On Monday, I've created a board that I've renamed to Email Marketing Campaign Submissions. Here's where we're going to add the campaigns that our clients would like for us to run. Now, to create the automation that captures our clients' campaign submissions and add the submission to our board on Monday, our email marketing agency, I'll click on Create a New Scenario. Our scenario to add campaign details to Monday via Typeform. Since we're capturing our client submission using Typeform, I'm going to click on Typeform. I'm going to use the watch response module. I'm going to choose my connection, limit it to 1, choose our form right here. Our form is a campaign submission Typeform, and then I'm going to click on Save. And just to start from now, click on Save. Now, on Typeform, I'm going to copy the link to our form and open it on a new tab. Here, we're going to fill in our form. This time around as a client. So I'll click on Start. And here we're going to give our client an example first and last name. So their first name could be Jacob, last name Mason, and the email could be jacobmason@tonnext.com. I'm going to click on OK. Here we can give our campaign a name. We can say it's Easter campaign. And then click on OK. Campaign type, we can say it's a product launch. What's the goal of this campaign? Customer engagement. Target audience, we can say existing customers. Do you have a preferred email list? We can say customer list. Do you need us to design the email template? Yes. Do you need follow-up emails for this campaign? Yes. And I'm going to click on Submit. I'm going to run our module, see if we've captured our client's information. You can see we captured our client's information right here. Got their first name, last name, the email campaign details. Now with their details right here, we can add their details to our board on Monday. So here I'll add another module. Before we add the campaign details on Monday, I'm going to delay for 30 seconds to give Typeform some time to populate our client's information. And after we delay for 30 seconds, we can proceed to add the campaign details to our board on Monday. So on Monday, I'm going to search for create an item module. I'm going to choose our connection. For the item name, I'm going to add the first and last name of our client. So Jacob space Mason. I'm going to choose our board ID right here, which will be our email marketing campaign submission. Group ID, I'm going to choose the campaign list. And then here, we're going to add values to our board on Monday with the data that we captured on Typeform. So here, I'll add an item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the campaign goal column, add the value right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose a campaign name, another value for the campaign name, then add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose a campaign type, another value for the campaign type, then add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the email column, another value for the email address right here, adding the email address, another email address as a text, then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the email design column, another value for the email design right here, then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the first name column. I'm going to add the value for the first name, it should be Jacob. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. And choose the last name column. Then add the value for the last name right here, it should be Mason. Then add a new item, choose a new column. And choose the preferred email list column, another value right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. And choose the send follow-up column, add the value right here. Then I'll add a new item, choose a new column. And choose the target audience column, add the value right here. Then click on save. After adding the campaign details to our board on Monday, we can send them a confirmation email. I'm going to rename our email module to confirmation email. Here we're going to add our client's email address right here as a recipient. Subject line of this email could be in the lines of we've received your campaign details. Content type we're going to choose plain text, and the content of this email could be in the lines of hi first name. Thanks for submitting your campaign details. Our team is reviewing your responses and we'll start preparing everything based on your preferences. Here's what happens next. We'll review your selected email types, frequency and audience segmentation. If we need any additional details, we reach out. You'll receive an update once your campaign is ready to go. If you have any questions or need to make any changes, feel free to reply to this email. Looking forward to a great campaign. Best, Brandon. And then I'm going to click on save. Now to test if automation works, I'm not going to fill in our form again, but instead I'm going to choose to start from our previous submission that we just did. Choose this submission right here and click on save. And now I'll run automation. You can see that automation ran successfully. Here we captured our client's information right here, delayed for 3 seconds, and then added the client information to our board on Monday. And then we send them a confirmation email, the subject line, and this email content over here. When we open our board on Monday, you can see we added a new campaign over here. The client's name was Jacob Mason. Here's their first name, last name, the email address. We also added the campaign name, campaign type, campaign goal, target audience, and preferred email list if they require the email to be designed, and if a follow-up email is to be sent to the email list. By creating these two automations over here, we've automated the email campaign planning and strategy process for an email marketing agency. The next process that we're going to automate in this video is the email copy optimization process, where we'll create an automation that auto-generates and A/B tests multiple subject lines and email copy using OpenAI. To automate this process on our email marketing agency, I'll click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to email copy optimization. And here, we'd like to generate subject lines and email copy for client's email campaign from the data that they submitted via Typeform and added to our board on Monday. I'm going to search for Monday, and here I'm going to search for list, boards, items, module. Here I'm going to choose my connection. Here we can limit it to 1. And then here for the board ID, I'm going to choose our email marketing campaign submission board. And then here we're going to choose the columns I would like to output. So the first thing we're going to output is the campaign goal. We're also going to output the campaign name, campaign type. We'd like to also preferred email list, target audience. Let's see if there's anything else that we can output. I think that's enough. Here I'm going to click on save, and then here we can run this module and see if we're going to get our data. Here you can see we're getting our information right here, which is awesome. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use AI to generate subject lines. So here you can use any AI tool. You can choose to use ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Gemini. In our case, I'm going to use Gemini. So here I'll search for Gemini. Click on Gemini, then click on create a completion. I'm going to create my connection. For the AI model, I'm going to choose the latest model, which is Gemini 2.0 Flash. Here for the roller, I'm going to choose user, message type text, and here I'm going to add our prompt where we're instructing our AI tool to generate 5 highly engaging subject lines for an email campaign based on the following details. Here we're adding our campaign goal, campaign name, target audience, campaign type, preferred email list, and then we're instructing the AI to ensure that the subject use persuasive techniques around 50 characters for mobile optimization, avoid spam trigger words while maintaining high open rate potential, and we would like only to put the subject lines, no introduction or explanation. And then here I'm going to click on OK. Here you can see I've renamed our module to generate subject line. To test it here, we can run it. Here you can see it generated 5 incredible subject lines from our campaign data. We can also now generate email copy like we did with the subject lines. Yeah, I've renamed our second module to generate email copy using the latest model, role we're choosing user, message type text. And now we're instructing our AI tool to generate 2 variations of email copy for an email campaign based on the following details: campaign goal, campaign name, target audience, campaign type, and preferred email list. Here we're also outlining guidelines that the AI tool will follow, where we're telling the tool that each email should have a compelling hook in the first sentence. Each email should use persuasive language, keep the content concise and engaging while maintaining clarity, include a strong call to action tailored to the campaign goal, and no subject lines, only email copy only. For the output, we would like only to provide only the email body copy with 2 distinct variations per request. Label them as 1 and 2. Do not include introduction, explanations, or subject lines. And I'm going to click on Save. Now to test it, I'm going to run it again. Here's an amazing email copy that our tool generated for us. Here are 2 email copy variations. Here's the first one right here, and here's the second one right here. Now, since we've generated our subject lines and our email copy, we can add the subject lines and the copy into a Google Docs file. So here I'll search for Google Docs, click on Google Docs, then click on Create a Document. I'll rename our module to subject line. This document is where we're going to add our subject lines. So I'll rename our document to our campaign's email subject line. So here I'm going to add our campaign name. Then we're going to add our subject lines after we generated them using our tool. Then here we're going to choose our folder that we'd like to locate our document, then click on Save. Same with our email copy document. Here we're naming our document to our campaign's email copy. Then here we're adding our email copy, then adding it to this folder, and click on Save. Now to test if automation works, I'm going to run it. You can see that automation ran successfully. Now here you can see the subject line document that we just created, where we added our subject lines right here. So we are going to A/B test, and these are the 2 email copy that we generated using our AI tool. We're going to A/B test in our campaigns. So by creating this simple automation on Make.com, we've automated the email copy optimization process for an email marketing agency. The next process that we're going to automate is a competitor monitoring and industry trends process, where we'll create an automation that uses RSS feed from email marketing blogs to send trend updates to Slack, and use AI to generate summaries of top email marketing trends. To automate this process, on our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on Create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to Competitor Monitoring and Industry Trends. Yeah, I'm only going to use the industry trends as our example. On RSS Up, here we're going to enter a topic that would like to generate a feed. In our case, you can search for email marketing trends and click on search. You can see generated for us our feed with various articles that talk about any email marketing trends over here. So here we can grab any of these blog articles and then summarize them using AI and send the summaries on Slack. So here I'm going to click on Save to my feed. And then here we're going to copy this feed. And then on Make, I'm going to search for RSS Up. Click on RSS, then click on Watch RSS item. Here we're going to paste the URL that we just copied. You can choose to return a maximum of 1 item, then click on Save. I'm going to choose all RSS feed items, then click on Save. And here we can run this module and see we're going to get our blog. This is awesome. So here you can see we're getting our blog post right here with this title, description, and its summary. but we're interested in the URL. So we're going to generate a summary of this blog from this URL right here using Gemini. So here I'll add another module and search for Gemini. Click on Gemini, then click on create a completion. Rename this module to industry trend summary and click on OK. Yeah, I'm going to choose the latest model, which is Gemini 2.0. For the role, I'm going to choose user message type, I'm going to choose text. And here we're going to add a prompt that will generate a summary of our blog post that we sourced from our RSS feed. So here we're telling the AI to summarize the top email marketing trends based on the insights from the following article. Here we're adding the URL of the article. Identify most discussed trends across multiple sources. Provide concise summaries of each trend. Highlight why each trend matters and its potential impact. If applicable, include emerging technologies, best practices, or shift in consumer behavior. Output only the summarized trends without introduction or explanations. Then I'm going to click on save. Here we can run it to test it. So now here you can see it ran successfully. And when you click on the results, you can see it generated for us the summaries over here. So the personalization and segmentation trend, here's a summary. Artificial intelligence integration, here's a summary. Interactive email content, here's a summary. And then for the mobile optimization, here is a summary. Now with the summary, we can add the summaries to our Slack channel. So here I'll search for Slack, click on Slack, and click on create a message module. I'm going to choose my connection. I'm going to select our channel from the list. Our channel type, I'm going to choose public channel and choose my channel right here. And here we're going to add our summary over here, then click on save. To get an article from RSS feed and generate a summary using AI and send the summary to our Slack channel, I'll run automation again. You can see automation run successfully. Here we got our article. We generated a summary of the article over here. Then we send ourselves the summary on Slack over here. So by creating this simple automation on Make, we've automated the industry trends process for an email marketing agency. You can also use the same method for sourcing competitor blog posts, social media pages, and then summarizing them using AI, and then sending yourself the summary to your email or Slack. The process is similar to the one that we just applied with the industry trends. Over here, you can also see another automation that involves using RSS Hub. Here, we're going to automate the content repurposing process. So here, we'll create an automation that extracts new blog content via RSS and auto-generates an email draft in ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. Since we're using the RSS Hub, we can set up the automation right here. So on our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on create a new scenario. I'm going to name this to content repurposing for emails. Since we're using the RSS Hub, I'm going to search for RSS, then click on watch RSS feed items. It will add our feed right here. So on RSS feed, I'll copy it, field, place the URL right here. You can choose to return only one item and click on OK. You can choose all RSS feed items and click on save. Yeah, you can run this module. Now you can see we're outputting an article right here. We can use AI to generate an email from our blog post that we've sourced over here. I'm going to use Gemini for that. So I'll search for Gemini. Click on Google Gemini, then click on create a completion. I'm going to rename it to blog summary generator, then click on OK. I'm going to choose our model, which is Gemini 2.0. For the role, I'm going to choose a user message, I'm going to choose text. And here, I'm going to add our prompt right here, where we're telling our AI tool to fetch the latest blog content from the following RSS feed. Here we're adding our URL and generate an email draft based on the most recent article. And then here, we're giving our tool some guidelines, where we're telling our tool to personalize the greetings with hi first name. Where we're telling our tool to create an engaging opening that captures interest and generate a concise blog summary, highlighting key takeaway in 2 or 3 sentences. We're also telling the tool to generate a clear CTA, for example, read more, explore now, or check it out. Use a conversational and engaging tone, avoiding overly promotional language. Then we're telling the tool to output one complete email draft, excluding subject line. No additional explanations, just the email copy. And I'm going to click on OK. To generate our blog summary, I'm going to run automation. Here you can see we sourced our article right here. And here we generated our summary right here. the piece from CMS Wire. You can see the article was from CMS Wire right here. Now we can send ourselves the blog summary as a draft. So on email, I'll click on create a draft. I'm going to choose my connection, choose a folder. I'm going to choose the draft folder. Here we can add our email address. Subject line, we can say blog summary. I'm going to choose the content type as plain text and add our content right here. Content will be the result that we generated using our AI tool. Yeah, I'll rename this to blog summary email. Then click on OK. Now to test if automation works, I'll run it. You can see we got an article from our RSS feed. We generated a blog summary using AI, and we created a draft email of the blog summary. So by creating this simple automation on Make, we've automated extracting new blog content via RSS feed and generating an email draft of the blog contents summary. Now we can automate the cold outreach process for an email marketing agency. We will create an automation that sends personalized cold emails to potential clients or leads via Lemlist or instantly on our email marketing agency folder. I'll click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to cold email outreach. And here we're going to scrape leads from Google Maps. And then with our leads, we're going to scrape their contact information from their website. And then with the contact information, we're going to write a personalized first line for these leads with their email. And the first line, we're going to add them to a campaign that we've created on Lemlist. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to scrape leads from Google Maps. So to scrape the leads, we're going to use this tool called Apify. I'm going to search for the Google Maps scraper tool. You're going to add the search term all the leads that you like to scrape on Google Maps. So you can add accountants, lawyers, restaurants, real estate agencies. Over here is the search term. In our case, we can add accountants. Let's say accountants are our target. You can also specify the location right here and add the number of accountants or the leads that you like to scrape. In our case, I like to scrape 10 leads. And then how to scrape the leads, I'll click on save and start. Our tool will start scraping our leads right here. You can see that our tool succeeded in scraping 10 leads. So we scraped accountants in New York. We're getting the name of the company, the city, street, state, their website, category, and their URL. Now we can automate this process by creating a simple automation on Make. So on our scenario, I'm going to search for Apify. Click on Apify, then click on Run an Actor module. You'll need to create a connection between your Apify account and Make.com by clicking on Add. You're choosing the Apify API token, rename your connection, then from Apify, add your API token here to create a connection, and click on Save. Since I had already created my connection, I'm going to choose my connection right here, and here I'm going to choose our Google Maps tool. I'm going to choose to run synchronously. Now we're going to input our JSON right here. Now, to find our JSON, I'm going to go back to our tool, click on JSON. Here we're going to copy our JSON. I'll copy it. Before we add it to our module, we're going to format it first using a JSON formatter tool. So I'll paste it here, click on process to format it, then copy it, and then now we can paste it here. So here you can see we are scraping accountants in New York, and we would like to scrape only 10 of them. I'm going to click on save. Now here on Apify, I'm going to click on the get dataset item. So after we've scraped the leads, we're going to get them using this module right here. Then we're going to add our dataset ID, choose the limit. You can increase the limit right here, and click on save. Now let us try scraping our leads with automation. So to do that, I'll run automation. You can see that our tool ran successfully. Status was succeeded, and here we got our leads. We're scraping accountants in New York. So you're also getting their website right here. Now with their website, we can try and scrape their website and see if they have any contact information added to the website. So here I'll add another module, and then I'll search for HTTP request module, click on HTTP, and we're going to make a request. And here we're going to add their website. Method we're going to choose get, body type I'm going to choose raw, content type we're going to choose JSON. I'm going to click on save. Here we can set up a filter to filter the leads with only a website. So here go to website and say, here we can say the website should exist. Click on save. Now if they have a website, we're going to scrape their website. We can rename this module to scrape website and click on OK. Yeah, we are scraping Google Maps, and here we're getting the details. Now let us run automation again and scrape their website. To do that, I'll run once. See, we scraped our data here. Here, we changed our search term to real estate agencies in New York, and we scraped 5 real estate agencies in New York. We got the data right here. These are the information, and they have websites, and then we scrape their websites right here. So this is the data for the first website. You can see it's a very long string. It's a mix between everything: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, text. I'm going to convert the data from HTML to text. So here, I'm going to click on the text parser and click on HTML to text. Connect it right here. You're going to add the HTML. It should be this data right here. Click on save. And after we've converted the text to HTML, we're going to add another module where we'll check if they have an email in the text. On the text parser, I'll click on the match pattern module. Here, we're going to write a regular expression that matches the pattern of an email right here. And then we're going to add the text down below over here. Then click on save. I've renamed our module to find email address. After finding the email address, we get a personalized first line for the outreach campaign. We're going to use Gemini to write the personalized first line. I'll rename this module to first lines. Here we're going to choose our latest module, which is Gemini 2.0. Role, I'm going to choose a model. Message type, I'm going to choose text. And now this text right here, where we're telling the AI you're an intelligent writer. You can add this prompt to our tool. We're telling the tool that you're an AI. Your task is to generate call email first lines for an outreach campaign. I'm looking to run an outreach campaign too, and I'm adding our search string right here, which in this case it's real estate agencies. We'll generate first lines from prospects, website data that we have scraped. We are adding the website data that we scraped. The first line should hook the prospect to carry on reading the email, and should also be persuasive and not forceful, written in a relaxed tone. One first line result, and click on save. Here we can run automation again and see if we're going to scrape real estate agencies, scrape the information, see if we're going to get their email addresses and write a first line for them. To do that, I'll run automation. Here you can see the automation ran successfully. Yeah, it was a success. Yeah, we managed to scrape 5 real estate agencies in New York. 4 of them had websites, and we scraped their website information. Here we converted their data into text. And then here we found only one with an email address, which is this email address right here. And then we generated the first line for the website with the email, which is this one right here. We can set up a filter that we're going to label to email exists and say that the email should exist, and click on save. So we can only write the first line for websites with an email. Now, since we have got our email right here and our first line, we can add the data to a campaign that we've created on Lemlist. So Lemlist is an incredible tool that you can use to send cold outreach campaigns over here. So all you have to do is, after creating your account on Lemlist, create a campaign, and on campaigns, you'll find a campaign right here. You can create a connection between your Lemlist account and Make. So I'll click on Lemlist, and then here we can add the leads to our campaign that we created on Lemlist. Here you're going to find your campaign that you created right here. So this is the campaign. You're going to find it right here. And the email address that you found right here, we're going to add it right here. Also going to add their first and last name if we scrape their first and last name, the company name, the LinkedIn URL, their website. You can add their website right here, and the first line over here. Now, after adding our campaign, email, their website, and the icebreaker, I'm going to click on save. Now, when you run the automation again, it's going to scrape Google Maps for the leads that you're trying to send outreach campaigns. And you're going to get the leads right here. We're going to scrape their website, convert their data into text, find the email address from the text, create a first line using the data that we scraped right here. And then we're going to add the email address and the first line to our campaign on the Lemlist. And then from here, all you have to do is, on the campaign, just hit launch to launch the outreach campaign. So by creating this simple automation on Make, we've automated the whole email outreach process for an email marketing agency. And repurposing process will automate the second process right here, which was creating an automation from a summarized YouTube video script into an auto-generated email outline. To automate the process, on our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on create a new scenario. Name our scenario to YouTube video transcript to auto-generated email outline. To use Apify to scrape a transcript from a YouTube video. On the channel, I'm going to select one of the videos right here and choose to scrape a transcript of this video. So I'll copy the link to the video. Then on Apify, I'm going to search for a tool that we're going to use to scrape a video transcript. So here, I'll search for YouTube video transcript. Click on search. Here you can see we have 21 tools that we can use to scrape a video transcript from YouTube. Now we're going to use this tool to scrape our video transcripts. So I'll click on the tool, and here we're going to add our video URL. Maximum depth, we're going to add 1. And then here I'm going to click on Save and Start. You can see that our tool is running. I'm getting our data. Here you can see our video transcript right here that we just scraped. We can automate this process by creating a simple automation on our scenario. So on Apify, I'm going to search for an actor module. I'm going to search for our tool, which is this tool right here. I'm going to choose to run synchronously. Here we can add our JSON. So on our tool, I'm going to click on JSON. Here I'm going to copy our JSON right here. And then we can format it using a JSON formatter tool right here. So I'll clear the previous data and add our data right here and click on process to format our JSON. And I'll copy it, paste it right here. And then here I'm going to click on save. After we scraped our transcript, we're going to get the transcript using our get dataset item module. Here we're going to add our dataset ID, show the default dataset ID, and click on save. I've renamed this module to scrape YouTube transcript. Then I've renamed this other, then rename this one to get transcript. To test automation, I'll run it. Here you can see our run was a success. Succeeded right here in scraping a transcript from this video. We got the transcript right here. It's a very long string. Now we can use AI to write an email from our transcript. So I'll add another module and search for Gemini. Click on Gemini, click on create a completion. I've renamed our module to generate email outline. Here we're going to choose the latest AI model. For the role of the user, we're choosing the message type as text and adding our prompt right here, where we're telling the AI tool to analyze the following YouTube video script and generate a structured email outline based on the key insights. Here we're adding our transcript right here, the email outline requirements, where we require subject line idea based on the video's main topic, an introduction. We would like to create an engaging hook that introduces the topic, key takeaways, summarize main points in bullet form, call to action. We would like to encourage further engagement, e.g. watch the video, the website, or take action. The output would like a clear, structured email outline, no additional commentary, just the outline itself. I'm going to click on save. And then after generating the email outline, we'd like to send the email outline as a draft to our inbox. So here, I'm going to create a draft. So here I've renamed the module to auto-generated email. We're going to send ourselves the draft. Here's my email. Here's the subject line. Content type, I'm going to choose plain text, and the content of the email will be the result that we generate from our AI module. So here I'm going to close, and then I'll save automation, auto-align it, and run it to test it. Automation ran successfully. Here we succeeded in scraping a YouTube transcript of our video over here. Then we got the transcript over here, which is this very long text. And here we generated an email outline, which is this one right here. And then we send the email to ourselves as a draft. And this is the content of the email that we're sending to ourselves over here, with an email outline, key takeaways, and call to action right here. By creating these two automations right here, we've automated the content repurposing for emails process on email marketing agency. The last process that we're going to automate in this video is the client feedback collection process, where we'll create an automation that auto-sends testimonial request emails to clients after the campaign ends. We'll then create another automation that collects the client feedback via Typeform and auto-source their responses to a client feedback bot that I've created on Monday. To automate the client feedback collection process, in our email marketing agency folder, I'll click on create a new scenario. I'll rename our scenario to client feedback collection. Here, we'll create a webhook that will be triggered after the status of one of our clients changes to request feedback. So here I'll click on custom webhook, click on add. Here we're going to rename our webhook to client feedback collection. Then click on save. I'm going to copy the link to our webhook, then click on save and run our webhook. And on Monday, I'll click on integrate. Then I'll click on webhooks. Yeah, I'll use this as our template. I'll use another account right here and paste our webhook URL right here. Click on connect. It says fail to communicate to the URL provided. We're going to return this challenge string using a webhook response. So on webhooks, I'll click on webhook response. Yeah, we're going to add two call braces. Challenge right here. I'm going to return our string. Click on save and run our webhook again. And on Monday, I'm going to click on connect. can see our response ran successfully, so I'll delete it and run our webhook to test it. But we'll need to set it up first. So I'd like to send our webhook on the status of one of our clients. It is to request feedback and click on create automation. To test it, I'll change the status of one of our clients to request feedback. Yeah, you can see the specific client host status we just changed. To get the rest of the information, I'll copy this post ID. And here I'm going to add another module. And on Monday, I'm going to search for get an item module. Click on get an item. I'm going to choose my connection. For the ID, we're going to add a ID right here. I'm going to choose our client's board. Choose this board right here and click on save. And here I'm going to run this module only. And paste our post ID right here and click on OK. You can see now we're getting our client's information right here. The first name, last name, the email information over here. We can get our client feedback form that we've created on Typeform and send it to them via email. On Typeform, I've created a client feedback survey form that I've renamed to Email Marketing Agency Client Feedback Survey Form. This is a form that we're going to attach to our email and send it to them for them to fill in and give us feedback on our services. So on this form, we're asking our clients a series of questions. The first question that we're asking them is for them to fill in their personal information right here, like their first name, last name, and the email address. The second question that we're asking them is, were you satisfied with our services? They're going to choose yes or no options over here. The third question that we're asking them is, are you likely to recommend our services to others? They'll choose all these options over here. The fourth question that we're asking them is, did we communicate well throughout the project? They'll type in the answer. Is there anything else you would like to share about your experience with our services? They'll type in the answer right here. The last question that we're asking them is, do you have any suggestions for improving our services? They'll type in the answers right here. Now, you can choose to add more questions and get as more specific as you want to make your form more personalized to your services. I'll click on share, and then on the link to our form, I'll copy the unique ID of this form, which is the last part of our link. And then on make, I'll search for Typeform. Click on the get a form module. I'm going to choose our connection. Here I'm going to choose our connection, another unique ID that we just copied right here. Click on save, and here you can run this module and see we're going to create our form. You can see we're getting our form right here. It's a client feedback survey form. And this is the link that we're going to attach to our email and send it to our clients for them to fill in and give us feedback on our services. So yeah, I'll rename this to client feedback survey form. Click on OK. And now we can send this survey form to our client via email. Rename our module to client feedback email. Here we're going to add our client's email address for Monday. Right here. Subject line of the email could be in the lines of share your experience with our agency. Content type, I'm going to choose plain text. The content of this email could be on the lines of hi, first name. We've loved working with you and we'll really appreciate your feedback on your experience with our agency. Your insights help us improve and also serve as valuable social proof for others considering our services. Would you mind taking a minute to fill out this short form? And I'm going to add the link to a form right here. If you'd also be open to sharing a testimonial, I would love to feature your success story. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks in advance, and I truly appreciate your time. Best, Brandon, openly. Now to test if automation works, I'll run it. And then on Monday, I'll change the status of one of our clients to request feedback. You can see automation ran successfully. We triggered our webhook after we changed the status of one of our clients to request feedback. We got our client's information right here and our client feedback survey form that we created on Typeform. Then with the information, we're sending them the feedback survey form via this client feedback email. This is the subject line of the email. This is the email content we're sending to them with the link of this form attached to the email. Now, we can also create another automation that captures their responses and adds their responses to a bot that we've created on Monday. On Monday, I've created another bot that I've renamed to Email Marketing Client Feedback. This is a bot that we're going to add our client feedback. We're going to add their full name, first name, last name, the email address, satisfaction, recommendation, communication, experience, and any suggestion that they may have. To automate the process of capturing our client feedback and adding our client feedback to our bot on Monday, on our Email Marketing Agency folder, I'll click on Create a New Scenario. I'll rename our scenario to add client feedback to Monday via Typeform. Here, I'm going to search for Typeform and click on the Watch Response module. I'm going to choose my connection right here, to limit it to one, and choose our form over here. Should be the Email Marketing Client Feedback Survey form. Click on Save. We're going to choose to start from now. Click on Save. On Typeform, I'm going to copy the link to our form and open the link on a new tab to fill in our form as a client. Yeah, we'll fill in our client feedback survey form by clicking on Start and add the first name, last name of an example client. So the client first name could be Joe, last name Wayne, the email could be joewayne@annex.com. Click on OK. Were you satisfied with our services? Yes. Are you likely to recommend our services to others? Yes. Did we communicate during the project? Say it perfectly. Click on OK. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience with our services? You can say working with you was seamless and amazing. And I'm going to click on OK. Do you have any suggestions for improving our services? You can say no. Your agency is the best in business, then click on Submit. On make, I'll run our module and see if we've captured our client's information. You can see we got their first name, last name, the email, and their feedback right here. And with their feedback, we can proceed to add it to Monday. Here, I'm going to first of all delay for a few seconds to give Typeform some time to populate the client's information. Click on save. And now we can proceed to add the information on our board on Monday. So on Monday, I'm going to search for create an item module. Click on create an item. I'm going to choose my connection. For the item name, I'm going to add the first and last name of our client, which will be Joe space Wayne. Choose our client feedback board right here. For group ID, I'm going to choose the client feedback. Here, we're going to add values to the columns on our board on Monday with the data that we captured on Typeform. So here, I'm going to add a column. Choose the communication column and add the value right here for the column. Add an item. Choose another column. And choose the email column. Add the email address right here. You can also add the email address as the text and add a new item. Choose a new column. I'm going to choose the experience column. Add the value for the experience. Add an item. Choose a new column. And choose the first name column. Add the value for the first name. Should be Joe. Add an item. Choose a new column. You can choose the last name column. Add the value for the last name. Should be Wayne. Add an item. Choose a new column. I'm going to choose the recommendation column. Add the value for the recommendation right here. Add an item. Choose a new column. I'm going to choose the satisfaction column. Add the value for the satisfaction right here. Add an item. Choose a new column. I'm going to choose the suggestions column. Now the value for the suggestions right here. And click on save. Now, after adding our client feedback to our board on Monday, we can send them a thank you email. I'll rename our email module to thank you email. Here I'm going to add our client's email address as a recipient. Subject line of the email could be in the lines of thank you for your feedback. Content type, I'm going to choose plain text. The content of this email could be in the lines of hi, first name. I just want to take a moment to thank you for filling out the form and sharing your feedback. Your insights means a lot to us, and we truly appreciate you taking the time to help us improve and showcase the impact of our work together. If there's anything else we can do to support you, do not hesitate to reach out. Looking forward to continuing our partnership and driving even more results for your business. Best, Brandon. Then I'm going to click on save. Now, to test if automation works, I'm not going to fill in our form again. Instead, I'm going to choose to start from a previous submission right here. We chose this submission, then click on save, and then I'll run automation again. You can see that automation ran successfully. Here we captured our client's information right here. So we delete for a few seconds, then added the client feedback to our board on Monday and sent them a thank you email with the subject line and this email content right here. Now, when you open our client's feedback board on Monday, you can see we added a new client feedback right here from this client. His name was John. Here's the first name, last name, and the email address. You can see they were satisfied. They recommend our agency to others. The communication was perfect. They enjoyed working with us, and they have no suggestions for our agency. So by creating these two automations on Make, we've automated the last process for an email marketing agency, which is the client feedback collection process. These were the processes for an email marketing agency that we automated in this video. First automation that we created was an automation that captures leads via Typeform and adds the leads to our client's board on Monday. Then creating a scheduling link and sending the scheduling link to our client via confirmation email. And then we are notifying our team of the client on Slack. The second automation that we created was a client onboarding automation. This automation is triggered after the status of one of our clients suggests to onboard. Then we are creating a scheduling link call and a contract and sending the link of the call and the contract to our client via the onboarding email. The third automation that we created in this video is a billing and invoicing automation. This automation automates the generation of an invoice and sending the invoice to our client via an invoice email. And then after the due date and our invoice is still open, we are sending our client a payment reminder email, reminding them to clear the invoice. The fourth automation that we created in this video was an email campaign planning and strategy automation. This automation automates sending a campaign submission form to our client via campaign planning email. The fifth automation that we created in this video was an automation that adds the campaign details that our client filled in on this form to our board on Monday. We also send them a confirmation email that we got their details. The sixth automation that we created in this video was an email copy optimization automation. This automation generates subject lines and email copy variations and adds the subject line and email copies to a Google Docs file for testing. The seventh automation that we created in this video was a competitor monitoring and industry trends automation. So we are watching for new blog posts on RSS feed and then generating industry trend summaries using AI and sending the summaries to our team via Slack. The automation that we created in this video was a cold email outreach automation. With this automation, we're scraping leads from Google Maps, then we're getting the leads, scraping their website, checking if they have an email address in their website, and then with the scrape data, we also generate. So we're going to add to our cold email script to send them the email outreach campaigns using Lemlist. The ninth automation that we created in this video was a content repurposing for emails automation. So with this automation, we are getting recent blog posts on RSS feed using the email marketing keyword. Then we're generating the blog summary and sending ourselves the draft of the blog summary. The 10th automation that we created in this video was an automation that converts a YouTube video transcript to an email outline. The 11th automation that we created in this video was a client feedback collection automation. With this automation, we are grabbing a client feedback survey form that we created on Typeform and sending the form to our client via the client feedback email. And the last automation that we created in this video was an automation that adds the client feedback that they submitted using the client feedback survey form right here to our board on Monday. And then we're sending them a thank you email, thanking them for filling out our form and giving us feedback on our services. These were all the automations that we created in this video, automating processes for an email marketing agency. If you have an automation or a system in mind that you'd like for me to create and make, just comment down below in the comment section. And if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, and I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire system or automation from scratch using Make.com. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.